All right, we're going to do one a little bit different tonight. If you hear cars in the background, just bear with me. I'm going to do one walking today for the first time in 301 days of consecutively doing this. So I was listening to a sermon recently where this pastor was talking about how to maximize your chance to be like faithful, living a Christian life, kind of the stepping stones of how to live your life in the correct order, being with mother and father and then leaving and getting a job and having a relationship with a woman or courtship at that point, and then ending up getting married and then being a father and all these phases. And then I thought this was really interesting. He stopped and he said, hey, here's the thing. You might have already messed up this order. You might be living in a way that is very different from what I just described, kind of that stepping stone, good Christian life. And he said, but bad men can become good men with the help from a perfect man, which is God. Bad men can become good men with the help from the perfect man. And I think there's a lot that we can take away from that. There have been many seasons in my life where I had not been living the correct way. I had not been living the way that was maximizing my chance of future success. But all it takes is us to look ourselves in the mirror and admit that what we're doing is not sustainable. We just need to rely on the one that is perfect. And Titus chapter 3 talks about this. Chapter 3, specifically verses 3 through 5. I don't have my Bible in front of me, but I encourage you specifically to go read those verses because it is exactly in relationship to what I'm talking about. But all of this to say is we have hope. We have hope if, even if we're living right now in a way that's not optimal, in a way that has been previously destructive, or in a way that our reputation's marred by our own human stupidity. We can step in the right direction because truly bad men can become good men with help from the perfect one. If you have that hope, you can truly aspire to be a vessel for God. No matter what certain people from your past think about you, no matter what your current reputation is, or your current down and out situation in life, whether it's a relational trouble, financial trouble, just a life that seemingly is bleak and doesn't have a lot of hope. So that's what I'm thinking about today. I've been, again, in seasons where, and luckily I'm not in a season right now where that's accurately described. I don't think that describes my life. I would like to hope it doesn't. But if you feel like, man, I am just not a good husband, or I'm not being a good father, or I haven't treated my body well, I don't have a good relationship with God, no matter your situation, bad men can become good men. You just have to deny yourself and follow Jesus. That's the encouragement today on day 301.